Hey guys, this is Josh from passionatopaychecks.com, and in this quick video I'm going to be walking you guys step by step on how to collect taxes within your Amazon Seller Central account. So first off, why would you even need to do this? So you need to do this, you need to set up a way for Amazon to charge buyers sales tax in the states that you have Nexus in. You do this so that the buyer that buys your product pays for the sales tax and not yourself. As the buyer, you should not be paying the sales tax for the buyer. That's the buyer's tax that they should be paying, not yourself. So that's what that is why setting up this tax collection service within Amazon is nice, because it allows Amazon to automatically charge buyers this sales tax when they are within the state that you have Nexus. So the things needed to set this up within Amazon is an Amazon Seller Central Professional account. You need to know the states that you want to collect taxes in. You will need state registration numbers for your business in each one of these states. So every state that you have Nexus in and want to collect taxes, you will need a state registration number in each one of those states. These might be called a state sales permit or a sales license within these states. It's all kind of the same thing, and you will get a state registration number when you get one of these permits, which you will need to set up this tax collection service within Amazon. And then the last thing, you obviously will need to be selling on Amazon for you to be even able to do this. One quick thing before we get started, I want to talk about the fees that Amazon will charge you as the seller to collect these taxes. So Amazon will collect the sales tax for you, but there will be a fee for using this service. They will charge you a 2.9% fee charge on all the taxes collected. A quick example to show you how this would work is that if they collected $100 in taxes from buyers throughout the year or throughout the month or whatever, you will have to pay $2.90 in fees to Amazon for them collecting this tax for you. So that's kind of a basic example that shows you exactly how the fees work within Amazon for this. So that's it for this quick little PowerPoint. We're now going to go hop on over to the actual Seller Central account and walk you guys through how to set it up for your own account. Alright, now that we're over in our Seller Central's homepage, in our Seller Central's account, what we need to do is go over here to up here in the right hand corner in settings, and then find the drop down menu and click tax settings. This will take you to the next page where it says just kind of the basics of what they'll walk you through during this process. It says the Amazon.com tax collection engine will calculate state and local sales and use tax for marketplace items purchased from qualified tax enabled third-party merchants. You must complete all 4 steps to complete the initial setup. So we're going to be walking through these 4 things right now in this video. So click continue, take you on to the next step. And this is just kind of like a review of how Amazon will tax certain things. And I would highly suggest you read through this yourself and understand every single thing about it before you move on. I'm not going to do this now just to make this video as quick as possible, but when you're doing this yourself, make sure to read through everything and make sure everything makes sense. Once you do that, click continue, and then this part is where you will find the Amazon product tax code that fits your product the best. So for example, my product that I'm currently selling is in the pet supplies niche. So what I would do is I'd come down and try to find a product tax code that fits best for pet supplies. I've already went through and done this for my own product, so I already know that there's no tax code that is specifically for pet supplies. So if this happens for you, so I mean obviously for you, if you were selling, for example, athletic shoes, your tax code would be right here. So this is the tax code that you need to use. But if you're like me and selling a product that's in a category that is not listed in any of these categories right here as a tax code, what you're going to be doing is this always taxable A gen tax right here. And so basically what this is it says, what is this code used for? This code tend to be used for items that are always subject to tax regardless of the taxing jurisdiction. What kind of products are typically included? The items typically included within this product's tax code include general merchandise that is otherwise not included in more specific tax product code. So this this is key right here. This is why we're going with this product tax code if your product is not found in any other tax codes. It's just, if it's not otherwise included in more specific tax product codes, you're just going to be using this general one right here. So you don't really need to do anything right now. Just kind of remember what the tax code is. You can paste this into a notepad if you want to remember it. But once you find your tax code that fits your product the best, you're going to scroll all the way down here and click continue. And then on this next page is where you will actually start to make the changes and set up how Amazon will collect tax codes for the states that you want to collect them in. So I would read through each part of this right here and make sure you understand everything. So basically this first part says choose your product tax code. That's what we did on the last page. We already know that for me, I'm going to be using the A gen tax right here. So from this drop down menu right here, what you'll choose is the product tax code that you settled on in the previous step. So for us, or for in this video, for me, I will be choosing A gen tax. So that's kind of the first part right here. Second part is specify your tax collection obligations. So you can collect taxes by state taxes, counties, taxes, cities taxes, and district taxes. So all these have their different tax rates, and Amazon has all the tax rates for every specific county, city, district, state already calculated out for you, and you just have to tell Amazon which one of these taxes do you want to collect, or all of them. You can also use a flat rate and collect the same amount or the same rate of tax in every state, but I wouldn't really suggest that. I would suggest doing it based on the actual tax rate in each individual state. So that's where we specify our tax collection obligation. This is where I talked about it, specify custom rate per state. That's where I talked about where you could add like a flat rate. So you want to charge 9% tax rate in every single state, no matter what the tax rate is. You can do this, but like I said, it's optional, and I wouldn't really recommend that, especially for beginner sellers. The choosing shipping and handling gift wrap tax settings. This is something I'll talk about in a minute, but basically what we're going to be doing to fill out this information right here, and I know this looks really confusing, but I'll make it really simple in 1 second. So what we're going to be doing next is head on over to this awesome little picture that was put together by TaxJar that actually shows you the exact settings that you should be using for any state that you're collecting taxes in. So you can see right here, it shows you the state right here, what boxes you should check to collect taxes in there, what thing over here, if you should do the shipping and handling taxability, gift wrap taxability, where you should check that for each state. So it really does tell you exactly what you should be checking for each state that you want to collect taxes in. So one more quick thing about this is that if you're FBA living in state, this is what you do right here, and if you're FBA living out of state, this is what you do right here. So a lot of times it's exactly the same for the state, but there are some states with differences. So for example, I'm living in Washington state, so I'd scroll all the way down here and find Washington right here, Washington. I'm FBA living in state. Since I'm living in Washington state, I would use the settings that are right here. So I'd check all these boxes, enter my business registration number, and then check this box and then this box, and I'd be good to go. So for this example, that is actually what I'm doing. I am setting up my tax to be collected within Washington state. So what I'd go down here is find Washington right here, go back to here. I know, all right, FBA living in state, all 4 of these boxes are checked. What I would do is come down and find Washington, check all these boxes right here, check all 4 of them, and then right here, state registration number. This is where you would put your state registration number that you got from the state when you got your sales tax permit within that state. So you would put your number in here, whatever it may be. Leave the tax custom rate blank unless you want to charge a custom tax, but I would not. I would leave that blank. And the next thing we need to choose is the shipping and handling taxability and the gift wrap taxability. So head back to this handy dandy little chart, find Washington living in state, and so we know it's the first one and then the last one. So we head back here, find Washington. It's the first one, and then it's the last one. So for me right now, all I want to do is register for my home state and collect sales tax within my home state of Washington State. So this is what all I would do. I would check all 4 of these boxes according to TaxJar's chart that they have set up. Check all 4 of these boxes, input my state registration number, check these boxes that TaxJar showed us right here, and then after you do that, click this I acknowledge and agree the state tax registration number entered above accurately reflect all current such registration numbers for the merchant, and then click review changes. I'm obviously not going to move on to the next step because this is not my actual registration number, and I've already registered for this within my own business, so I'm not going to do this again. So I'm not going to click review changes, but if this was your first time doing it, you click review changes, just make sure everything looks good, and then just click on complete, and then there you go. Amazon will be collecting sales tax on every sale that is now made within Washington State for my sake right here, or whatever state that you chose right here. So that's kind of the general quick step-by-step guide on how to do this for your own Amazon business within Amazon Seller Central account. So this is a cool little tool that Amazon offers, or cool little service that Amazon offers sellers that isn't really talked about that much. So I wanted to just kind of put a quick video together explaining how to do this properly for your own business. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and hope you guys learned something. I know taxes can suck and they're pretty boring, but they're the necessities of doing business. So if you have any questions or anything was confusing, leave a comment below and I will try my best to answer them to the best of my ability. So thank you for watching, and make sure, and before I go guys, this video is actually used as part of the I wrote a tax guide on my website, passionpaychecks.com. I'll put a link down below the video that actually explains all you need to know about setting up taxes for your Amazon business. So if you're interested in figuring out taxes for your Amazon business, make sure to check out that post, and that's actually why I'm making this video, is to complement that post that I wrote. So make sure to check out that link in the description below if you want more information on how to set up taxes correctly with your Amazon business. Thanks for watching guys, and like I said, if any questions, make sure you leave them below. Thank you for watching.